All right, y'all. Hello. Welcome to an all new episode of the DTI Takeover Show. For those of you who are just tuning in, I am your host, Miss Kayla. As always, we are highlighting and we are spotlighting some of our dope entrepreneurs. And this young lady next to me is no different. I have Miss Janae Porter. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Thanks for asking. How about yourself?
Pretty good. Can't complain. All right, Janae, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who is Janae?
All right. My name is Janae Porter. I'm the owner of Loose Massage Therapy Plus. I've been servicing Metro Detroit for 20 years. I've been doing massage therapy pretty much like my entire adult life. Um, I'm in the middle of expanding my business. I'm currently in Detroit now, so I'm really excited about that because I massage people that live in Detroit and have worked back in the day in Detroit, but to have my business in Detroit, I'm partnering with Dr. Forbes at Eye Care Side of Rehab, and then I'm about to open a new location, and I'm kicking off my books.
Your books. That's why we here. That's why we here. My wish list: a guided journal to new beginnings. What made you write this?
Well, it's kind of like a loaded answer. I had someone actually ask me to create a wish list. And when they asked me to create the wish list, I was like, wow, I already do a personal goals list. Like, it's something I've been doing my whole life. I do it with my daughter. Every year, I would do my personal goals and figure out what I want to accomplish that year. So when they asked me to do the wish list, I was like, okay. But when I got into it, I was like, this would be a great something to have everybody do or ask everybody to do. And that made me think about my massage clients and the conversations that we have, the suggestions that I've given over the years, and just thinking about a lot of people are struggling with the same type of roadblocks or, needing to personally develop to get ahead. And so, my clients inspired it, and somebody asked me to create the wish list. I did want to say that when I brought you the book, I forgot to give you the youth edition. So I did have the youth edition for you today. I'm going to be leaving that with you because I had two books. The original, which is for basically for adults, and then the youth edition for ages 12 to 20, to try to cut down that learning curve. You don't have to wait till you're 35 to learn about some of these tools. You can get them as a youth.
So what's a common roadblock that you notice when your clients are giving you suggestions and things like that? What's a common issue that you see that are kind of getting in people's way?
That we are a lot of times in our own way, and haven't grasped like how to look at ourselves effectively. Like we're thinking that we are, but just listening to what people are saying, I like to take things to the root. So it's like, what happened in the beginning? Because a lot of times we talking about going into the story, but it's like, no. Let's go back to the beginning. And that's where all the answers are. It's like, how was your perspective? What was your judgment? Did you have a clear idea of what you wanted before you were embarking upon a relationship or a new, adventure, whatever it may be? And the person, a lot of times they're off track from what they were saying that they wanted, but yet they're in a situation that doesn't reflect the direction that they're headed in. And it's like, I don't really have to do much because you point them to that beginning point and they start thinking like, wow, you're right. Dang, I didn't do any of that in the beginning. It's like, there you have it. And so that's the one, a really big one. And then how we speak to ourselves. So people a lot have a knee jerk to be negative, pessimistic, doubtful, but they don't hear it. Because I was the same way. Like people try to tell me, like, and I wouldn't hear it. I would even put my foot down, like, no, that's not what I'm doing. But that is what I was doing. And until I heard myself, then when I finally heard myself say something negative toward myself, And I was like, what? Who just said that? I was like, I just said that.
You did, girl.
I did.
We
We
said
do.
it.
And so those type of principles or factors were the ones that, really, really stood out because you're going to get a return on what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not conscious and aware and developing that part of yourself. It's like you're kind of all over the place and don't know it.
We gotta get our lives together.
Yes,
We gotta get it. It's somebody we just need to get things in order.
Mm-hmm.
We do. So I want to get into your wish list journal.
Yeah.
You have different principles in here. Can we go over just briefly each of the principles that you have? So you got principle 1, the power of speaking life.
Yes.
Why was this important?
So it was important, piggybacking off of what we just talked about, being able to hear yourself, correct yourself, and predetermine. So if I know that I want to open a massage therapy business, I'm not going to be counterproductive and tell myself that it's impossible for me to do it, or I can't afford it, and those are the type of things that we are telling ourselves when we have a goal. And then it's like, well, how are you going to accomplish the goal if you already defeated?
You already defeated, right?
Yeah.
So you already said you can't do it. So then it's not going to happen.
Exactly. So just working on the personal development piece, that helps out with speaking life because you start to actually address yourself and not just, kind of take yourself as you are. Like, this is just how I am. Well, you can develop yourself further and add tools and sharpen tools. So if we, look at the speaking life principle and we start to become more conscious of what we're talking about, it really helps us guide, as we guide ourselves on our journey to accomplishing our goals. Then we have our best foot forward. Like, we believe in ourselves. We know that we can do it. And then you start attracting in the resources because you are putting out the energy that says that this can happen versus the opposite of that. And then you're like, why does it keep falling apart? Because that's what you said.
Because it's you.
You said
it's
falling apart.
It is you. Okay. Okay. So principles 2 and 3, the power of manifestation and the law of attraction.
So yeah, with both of those principles, it's hand in hand dealing with the goals that you set and having these desires in your heart that you can bring them forward. So I could use plenty of examples, but I'll use one where I needed a financial person. And I did my research. People were giving me referrals. I knew what I needed. I knew what I was looking for. So I ended up attracting in the right person. Now the people that would get referred, they actually wasn't the right person. So I didn't just jump on the first opportunity just because it was presented, because I knew exactly what I wanted to accomplish. When I engaged these referrals, I was able to make a decision about who I had attracted in. So when the perfect situation came about, I had the other two situations. This person was like, I could make a clear decision about who I wanted to pick, but I was able to manifest the bookkeeper, and I was able to attract in the right person. And so the principle or looking at the principle is if you told yourself, I want to do this thing, but I don't have the resources, and there's just no way for me to do it. But if you just tell yourself, this is what I want to do, you will attract in the resources, because that's how we get things done. You won't be getting things done by yourself. You will attract in, like y'all. Like I was promoting myself on Facebook, and I literally had reached out again. I reached out to someone else, like, hey, you got a podcast, this is what I'm looking for. But somebody else, y'all, slid into my DMs and was like, we're trying to do the very thing that I said. So I recognized that's what I said. So when that's how you attract in, is once but I had to determine first. Right. So that's how when the opportunity come about that I said I wanted, I'm listening like, does this line up with what where I'm headed? Just because you do the thing don't mean that we're going in the same direction.
That's true.
And so, boom, I'm here today. Like, this is literally a law of attraction manifestation. Like, I have on my list that I want to be on the radio. I want to do podcasts. I want to get in front of the people. And
look at that.
Look at
and she's here.
Literally.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's what's up. Principle 4, the power of visualization.
So this is really important. All of them are important, but once you start to figure out what you want, and you get your ideas out of yourself, when they're still in your head, you don't realize or people don't realize how many other aspects are still in there, because you think like, oh, it's right here, it's in my head, I got everything. Okay, and that's not necessarily the case. So once you start to visualize your ideals, you can see more clearly all of the missing pieces, and it also gives you more confidence in that you can have these things. And just seeing them in real life, you can start to like map out your journey where it feels more concrete before you actually have things. You can be really like imaginative and positive in your visualization. So for the book, I included a vision board section. So when you start to get your ideas out, you can find pictures and just be as creative as you want to be to match images with your dreams and goals to help you kind of come to fruition.
You gotta see it.
Yeah.
You gotta see it. I got you. You gotta match what you're saying, what you want. To the picture. I got you. All right. So we on to the fifth principle: self-training. Self-training.
So self-training is basically tying in everything that we're talking about. That's what the speaking positive is, writing down your goals, getting your visions out, is you taking the developing yourself as how do I say, as an actionable task. You're not just leaving it to itself. You're putting in work to develop yourself. So I really wish that more people started benefiting that. Like, I kind of feel like from a school sense, a lot of times if you didn't enjoy going to school, you like, I'm done with reading, I'm done with, books, I'm done. I don't want to do any of that anymore. And so
you ain't never done. Forget that.
But
you ain't never done. You read so much, I still think I'm in school.
that's great, because a lot of times if a person is putting that training down, and I'm using that based off what I hear, so it sounds good, but are you actually doing it? So it would be like the person that always talk about going to the gym, but they swear they about to start working out. It's like, okay, but you never got to it. So how are you training yourself outside of the gym, or like, how do you train yourself? And people are not. They don't have any actionable tasks that would be qualified as, this is me. Do you meditate? Like, do you balance? What do you do to make sure that you're sharpening yourself and sharpening your tools? And so I feel like that is the principles that I'm describing are ways to train yourself. So when I bring this principle up, I want to kind of highlight, like, that's what we're doing here, y'all. This is self-training. Because you might be like, well, what is it? Everything that we're talking about, that is self-training.
I got a lot of self-training that I need to get together. I do. I've been saying I need to start back working out. And I feel like, I don't feel like it.
Right. Which one is it? You don't feel like it, or
it's like you have to. I know it is a must thing that I have to do, just for me, just to feel good, to be healthy. Janae. All right.
I'm gonna get to it. Make a plan.
I'm about to make my plan. Principle 6: the power of writing on paper.
Right. So even though that principle, we went like, by the time you get to principle 6, you've already been writing on paper. But
I can see that.
right,
I can see that.
there's exercises in the book as well. But I wanted to just drill in again, kind of like with the visualization, how important it is to get your ideals from inside of you to outside of you.
Mm-hmm.
The power is once it's on the outside. Like it sounds good when it's in your head.
Yeah.
But you know, like you just said, like it sounds good. Like but if you told yourself, you know what, starting Monday, I'm about to write down a 90-day workout program for myself. Just not that you gotta write all the exercises, but you know, like I'm gonna work out 4 days a week. I'm gonna stretch one day. I'm gonna do yoga, whatever. You're gonna say, this is what I plan to do for the next 90 days. I'm gonna dedicate 30 minutes per session. You will be much more likely
to do it.
And that was way more detailed than I'm gonna work out.
I think that's it. It's like when I'm thinking about it, I'm like, what am I gonna do? But if I go in with a plan, 30 minutes, we working on the abs, 30 minutes. I don't know, I'm doing some balance exercises.
Yeah. And what's your goal? Like, what do you want to accomplish with your workout? Because people have I don't have time. It's like, what you do, because I address that. 30 minutes a day. You could take that same statement, I don't have time, and say, I have 30 minutes 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, to get this task done, and I'm going to enjoy it. Versus, I don't have time.
You really make time for what you want.
Yes. So that's true. The that principle, the power of writing things down, putting things down on paper, is to reinforce what you're doing in the journal, so you understand why it's important to get your ideas out and not leave them trapped in your mind. They're more likely to actually grow and turn into an accomplished goal
when you see it.
Yeah.
It's almost like the visualization principle too.
Yes.
I like it. It all come together. I see that. I like that. All right. So the power of being in agreement.
Yes.
This is the last principle?
This is the last principle. That principle is really important as well, because the wish list is all about you. It's all about what you want to do, what you plan to accomplish. And in that, you also have to realize you're still going to be leaning on the outside resources to get a lot of things accomplished. So being in agreement helps to reinforce like the positive goal that you're going after. If I'm powerful by myself and I say, I know I can do this. But if I say, Kayla, I want you to basically hype me up, I can do this. Tell me I can do this.
You can do this.
And that I'm going to get this done. You in agreement with me that I can get this done?
Absolutely.
That's powerful. You know what I'm saying? So it's very powerful if people come together. And it don't have to be, like, if you don't have anybody, I can hear that in my mind, like, person, I don't know anybody. Be in agreement with yourself first and foremost. You should be in agreement with that. Believe in yourself that you can do it. But that would be a perfect opportunity to try these principles and say, write it down. I want to attract in a person or a small group of people where we can be in agreement with each other. And I promise you, you're going to meet somebody or know somebody, and before you know it, y'all will be able to, because you don't have to tell a person every nook and cranny of the detail. Just, I got something positive going on. Could you be in agreement with me that what I want to do is already worked out for me? I already got it. Sure, yes, I'm in agreement. And it's powerful, and when the thing happened, you're like, girl, thank you so much for that agreement, because I got it. And it should spread that I don't want to be the only person asking for agreement. People who know me, like, these are principles that I live by. It's not every principle that I live by, but I literally do these things. I've literally applied them and seen them make changes in my life. So if I'm the only person asking for agreement, I'm like, wow. Yeah. Can y'all get it too? Like, it ain't nothing that you want. Right. It ain't nothing that you would want some positive energy along with what you're putting out there. And the people are like, yeah, but because it's not a habit, like this is where the training comes in. It's like anything else. If you work out once a year, okay, but how developed are you going to be if you only do it once a year? So when I'm always asking for agreement and I'm always giving agreement. So if you just told me that you was working on something, I was like, oh, okay, boom, I'm in agreement that's done for you. Because I know that's what, to me, that's what it would be great if we all did that. But I know the power in it, and I'm gonna do it.
You know what? And I definitely agree with that, especially with people like you, our guests that we've had, when they be like, I see y'all radio station doing this. I see y'all radio doing that. We be like, well, thank you.
Yeah.
And it kind of motivates us to get to the next level.
Yeah.
And folks, they go, what we doing next thing? Just because of that agreement.
Yeah.
So I see that. I got you. Okay, Janae.
Yeah.
So my wish list, how can people get your journal?
So the My Wish List book, I actually have yes, and the youth edition. Don't forget about the
youth. So do they have the same principles? It's just the youth edition.
The youth edition is really the same book. I just changed the language here and there because I'm big on speaking up, like not speaking down to you. The book is not so complicated where you can't comprehend it. And if there's any words in there, use a dictionary.
Look it up.
That helps out with the learning process. So what did you ask me?
How can people find and purchase your book?
Okay, so you can go to mywishlistbook.com. I do have my own platform to sell the book. That is the primary way that I would love for people to get their copies. However, I am on Amazon as well. So you can find My Wish List books on Amazon and purchase them on there as well. With the website, I have local pickup delivery options, so you can come to the store and pick it up, or I will deliver the book, and that will be no shipping. I don't charge any fees for that. And then of course you can ship anywhere on my personal website as well. So you have all those options, but I like the local options. So if you wanted to come in or get a delivery.
Okay, and how can people follow you on your social media?
The same thing. I kept it real simple. My Wish List book. That's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube for the book, and Loose Massage Therapy Plus for the over.
You do massages too.
Yeah.
You forgetting? Okay, definitely put that out there. Your services. How can people book your massage services as well?
So yeah, my website is lmtpmassagedeals.com. But you can find me on Facebook at Loose Massage Therapy Plus. It's kind of long, but just think about loose muscles versus tight muscles. So Loose Massage Therapy Plus. I've been doing massage for 20 years. I'm a pro. I love helping people feel better. And for me, these books is like me being able to have the conversation that I wish I could have with every customer. Where I'm not gonna massage the whole world. Everybody don't talk, but from the thousands and thousands of massages I've done over 20 years, I've gathered a lot of information to be able to at least think that we are a lot the same. And I hope that the books will be a benefit to help people, on their journey to accomplish their goals and have bigger dreams and know that they can do it.
Gotcha. What's next? What's next for you?
What's next? Some of the big things that I have going on, I've been partnering with some schools with the books, getting the books in schools, and then also doing speaking engagements. So I may come out and we'll do a reading of the book, do some activities out the book, or some of the exercises and do an activity. So having opportunities for speaking engagements has been like super awesome. I'm gonna be at the library in Hazel Park on November 15th. That'll be my first adult event. The other events will be youth event. So stuff like that, really getting a chance to talk to the people and also hearing about the feedback, learning, what people are getting out of the book, if they've manifested anything. Like the first thing that I put on my wish list that I created, which was not this one, was I wanted to get my teeth fixed. And so when I got Invisalign in January, like I got some other stuff, but that in the book, I tell y'all that if you come up with something else, to cross out the old thing with the new thing. So when I decided I wanted Invisalign, I when I got that Invisalign, I cried. I was like, this is just crazy. Girl, it was crazy because I didn't even want that. I was not on my wish list. But after I had got some dental work done, and she was like, well, if you get implants, it's permanent. And so you can't do other stuff to your teeth. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm like, I don't need no braces. And then I started thinking, I'm like, well, because I don't want implants everywhere, just where that I had the issues. And I said, if I have these new teeth next to my regular teeth, I'm gonna really be able to see
the difference.
Yes. And I was like, let me ask. And then before you know it, and I literally, I mean, it has really boosted my confidence because it was such a something for me that I wanted to address. And so to see my teeth closing up or changing and to know that I put it literally on my wish list, girl, I was like, I'm checking that off. And so that's another big thing from the people who purchased the book. I definitely want to hear y'all feedback. So please come to my wish list book and share a story. You know, you go through the journal and you accomplish something on your list or you check something off, you manifest it. Please come back and tell me because I just know for a fact that if you go through the book, you will accomplish something. Because it would be like impossible for you to go through those exercises
and not
get something accomplished.
done.
Yes, you're gonna get some stuff done. So
you just have to like not read the book to not get something done.
But read it, y'all. Read
it. Thank you, Janae, again for being a guest on our show today. I appreciate having you here. Everybody, make sure y'all continue to follow Total Entertainment Radio, Facebook, Total Entertainment Radio, Instagram, Total ENT Radio _. Check out the website to listen to the station, www.totaleNTradio.com. Hit the TR radio button. Or you feel like getting your praise on, go to Total Praise Radio. Until next time, everybody, I am your host, Miss Kayla. We are signing out. Peace.